Sir, the first person would be Ritu Sharma, roll number 39, due to some reasons.
नो
प्लीज
इश्यूज, नो
इनका फिर
इश्यूज,
वापस बाद
चलेगा
में वापस
चलेगा
रोल
बेटा,
कॉल से स्टार्ट.
चलेगा.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
ओके, थैंक यू.
You can start.
Yeah, sir. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
इसमें का इसलिए आवाज नहीं आया.
सर, आप दूसरे सबको आपके वहां से म्यूट कर सकते हैं. ड्यू टू सम रीजन लोग सुन नहीं रहे. यस रितु, सॉरी.
मेरे को कुछ बोला तूने बेटा?
हाँ सर. सर, आपके वहां से ऑप्शन है सबको म्यूट करने के लिए. एक आध दो स्टूडेंट्स है, वो लोग ने म्यूट नहीं कर रहे.
I have.
पहले चिल्लाने लगते थे पर
रितु, काइंडली अनम्यूट
सबको
योरसेल्फ एंड
अनम्यूट
स्टार्ट.
करता हूँ.
हाँ सर.
हाँ, यस, अर्चन, ठीक है.
ओके रितु, यू कैन स्टार्ट. ऑडियो माइक नजदीक रखिएगा बस.
Audible है अभी?
यस.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible to you? Hello.
हाँ, बोल बोल बोल. हेलो रितु.
हाँ, sir. है क्या?
आवाज नहीं आ रहा है तेरा, बहुत धीमा आ रहा है. निशिकांत
Sir
सर,
है?
आप हैं?
उसकी आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रही, लाइक यू ओनली.
हाँ.
Sir, is it audible
ओके
now?
रितु, थोड़ा जोर से.
नाउ इट इज
यस सर,
ऑडिबल.
भी सुन रहे. यू कैन स्टार्ट थोड़ा जोर से.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. My topic is adoption of IFRS 9 by Indian companies. Hello.
या
Yes.
कंटिन्यू.
Okay, okay. My name is Ritu Sharma and my roll number is 39, sir. Introduction, I don't have to read it, right?
Yes.
My research methodology, sir. Objective is to study how Indian companies adopt IFRS 9 in the form of Indian Accounting Standard 109 to make comparative study on how the adoption of IFRS 9, that is Indian Accounting Standard 109, helps the Indian companies. My hypothesis is, null hypothesis is IFRS 9 does not establish principles for the company's financial reporting that will present relevant and useful information to the users of financial statements. An alternative hypothesis is IFRS 9 establishes principles for the company's financial reporting that will present relevant and useful information to the users of financial statements. Data collection. Primary data was collected for the data source. Researcher has selected secondary data. Most of the data collected through books, websites, reports of data was collected through the analysis. My first question is, do you have any IFRS 9 or Indian Accounting Standard 109 implementation strategy at your office? The responses to this question was taken in the yes or no format. The total number of responses were 100, out of which 60 respondents replied to the questionnaire. Out of the responses, it was clear that maximum respondents have a common implementation strategy at their respective offices, while 36.4% agreed to it. A recognized asset or liability can be measured. 100 out of the 60 responded to the questionnaire. Out of the response received, a recognized asset can be a hedge item, with over 58.3% majority agreed with it, while the rest 41.7% did not agree with the thing that a recognized asset can be a hedge item. A loan commitment settled in net cash within the scope of IFRS 9. The responses were taken the same as an yes or no format. The total number of responses were 100 out of the 60 responses replied to the questionnaire. Loan commitments can be settled in net cash within the scope of IFRS 9, to which 66.7% agreed. The majority responses agreed to majority agreed as to replying to no, while 33.3% the scope of IFRS 9. My conclusion will be the study reflects notable benefits of Indian Accounting Standard 109 for Indian companies to improve quality of financial reporting, elimination of multiple reporting standards, and ensuring ensuring easy decisions, easy listing across the borders, and reduce cost. Suggestion if the proper awareness should be given about IFRS 9 and need to convert the same to the companies. More number of trainers should be engaged. Necessary modifications should be made in governing business and laws. Thank you.
Well tried.
Thank you, sir.
Next presenter, please.
Priya Patel. अच्छा प्रिया पटेल. अरुण पटेल.
अभी किसका भी आवाज नहीं जा रहा है.
आवाज आ रहा है बाकी सबका, प्लीज. नेल्सन. Nelson, are you there? Roll number 29, roll number 30, Nikita Pillai. Dhruvi Puria, 31. Roll number 30.
और ये जो मिस हुए इनको सारे प्रेजेंटेशन होने के बाद.
हाँ सर, आपका आवाज कट रहा है. हेलो.
हेलो.
यस सर.
ये 26 से 30 तक जो मिस हुए ना, now they'll be getting the opportunity once all the is presented their presentation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Understood. Okay, sir. 31. Dhruvi Puria. Okay, not there. Vaibhavi Prajapati, roll number 32. Yes. What's your roll number? Puria. Okay, 31. Okay, go start. Go on ahead. Start presenting.
मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन आ नहीं रहा.
3 डॉट्स पे क्लिक कर. ठीक है. क्लिक ऑन शेयर कंटेंट.
शेयर कंटेंट आ नहीं रहा.
आएगा. 3 डॉट्स पे क्लिक किया, डेफिनेटली वहां पे राइट हैंड साइड पे
कॉपी मीटिंग ऑडियो कनेक्शन.
क्या वहां पे जब 3 डॉट्स पे क्लिक करते हैं.
नहीं आ रहा है.
बॉटम लाइन में थर्ड ऑप्शन है 3 डॉट्स वाला. मेन स्क्रीन पे आओ.
लैपटॉप में कर दी पर आ नहीं रहा.
ठीक है, तो आपका फिर लास्ट में ले लेंगे. तब तक आप चेक कर लीजिए या फिर सुदेश को पर्सनल टेक्स्ट कर दीजिए.
1 मिनट सर, मोबाइल में
मोबाइल देख लेने. 32 तब तक. वैभवी प्रजापति.
Yes.
Okay. If you are online, then start with your presentation, please.
Yes.
Please share your PPT.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes.
My topic name is Effects of IFRS Adoption on Investment Management. My objective of the study is to study about the effects, benefits, challenges of IFRS adoption on investment management. My hypothesis of the study, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis, there are no benefits than drawbacks for India by adopting IFRS on investment management. And there are also some benefits than drawbacks for India by adopting IFRS on investment management. My data collection, primary data, structured questionnaire with targeting respondents, students, employees, professionals, and business. Secondary data, for secondary data collection, I have taken help of books, social networking sites, websites, newspapers, etc. My review of literature contains a number of studies that provide evidence that improvements in the performance related to business investments are associated with the main positive results of implementation of IFRS. My data interpretation, hello,
Yes.
is it
We
visible?
are able to hear you, but your screen is not visible.
Yes, it is not visible to me also.
Then do something to make it visible. Yes, now it is visible. Continue.
Just wait a second. My data interpretation is what effect investment management would have if IFRS is adopted. Respondents have given the positive impact and negative impact. Of them, 76.7% of them have opted for positive effect, and negative effect are of 23.23%. My next question to the respondents is, what do you think adoption of IFRS will create major opportunities to investment sector? Of them, 55% have responded yes, 8.3% have responded no, and 36.7% are not sure. They have responded maybe. My next question is, as an investor, IFRS adapted financial statements do help in making better investment decisions. Of them, 55% have responded yes, 10% have responded no, and 35% respondent are unsure. They have responded maybe. My conclusion is IFRS adoption is considered to be positively associated with investment efficiency, and I would like to suggest that it has to be noticed that legal enforcement significantly contributes to the positive association between IFRS adoption on investment management, and there is also a need for additional research effort to identify other parameters and indicators which could affect investment efficiency.
Very good, very good. Very crisp and very to the point. Next presenter,
Thank you
please.
very much, sir.
Roll number 33. Manali Satpute.
Ali,
Satpupe.
Satupe.
Roll number 33.
Manali, are you there? Mayuri Satupe,
Yes, yeah, I'm there. Shall I start?
roll number 32 or 33? 33 or 34, sorry.
Harsh, is screen showing now?
No,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Manali, Mayuri, which one is
Huh?
there?
Mayuri.
Mayuri
What's your roll
Satupe.
number?
Okay, please
34,
start.
34. Okay, wait. Huh?
Mayuri.
Guys, we request you all to be ready. Pranit, Hiloni, Karishma, the further
1 second.
presenters.
My topic name is Impact of Accounting System Common in Public Sector. Objectives of my topic: to determine the impact of accounting procedures of the sample ministry upon its financial reporting, to understand the role of accounting. Hello?
Yes, please go on.
We are able to hear you. Continue presenting.
Yeah. To understand the role of accounting through new software techniques, to identify the threats of successful company in this world full of competitive accounting works, to understand trends and processes of accounting which helps to improve the management and will help to increase the efficiency of the accounting process. Hypothesis of the study: null hypothesis states that proper use of accounting information does not help business organization in making efficient and effective decisions. Alternative hypothesis state that proper use of accounting system help business organizations in making efficient and effective decisions. Data collection: the primary data through the random abstinence in Mumbai by sending them the questionnaire via Google Form. The secondary data was collected through internet on various articles, website, books, etc. Data interpretation. First question: what are the regulatory frameworks of public sector accounting? 30 respondents, that is 50.8%, thinks that the accountants have to follow strictly rules as per Audit Act are the regulatory framework of public sector accounting. Remaining 30 respondents does not. 49.2% thinks that the public sector accounting has control of government audit are the regulatory frameworks of public sector accounting. Question 2: what are the bases of public sector accounting? 37 respondents, that is 61.7%, think systematic method of recording, communicating, summarizing is the basis of public sector accounting. Remaining 20 respondents, that is 38.3%, think that analyzing and interpreting financial statements is the basis of public sector accounting. Question 3: which method is more suitable for public sector accounting? 39 respondents, that is 69.9%, agree with the statement that the cash accounting is more suitable for public sector accounting. Remaining 29 respondents, that is 36.1%, think that accrual based accounting system is more suitable for public sector accounting. Conclusion: the following conclusions have been taken with the help of the study. The impact of accounting system common in public sector is very wide, as public sector means public money. The above details and solution provided will surely help the accountant in dealing with the unique set of challenges. A small negligence on the part of accountants may lead to may issues in financial position of company. This brings us to the conclusion that more or less every accounting professional is facing the common issues of incorporating the use of latest technology. Good accounting information should have certain role advantage to the organization. Suggestions that I think accountant in public sector should update his knowledge to give best output and performance of the study. There are some challenges in the field of accounting. For that, the company should take corrective measures to face the challenges involved. There should be separate accounting system or cost center to track and report specific transactions. This is my bibliography. Thank you.
Well presented.
Thank
Far
you.
better. First inning से अच्छा है second inning.
हाँ सर.
Student has improvised their approach.
Presentation.
Yes. Next
Pranit
presenter,
Sawant.
please.
Hello.
Pranit
Hello.
Sawant.
Yeah, I'm audible, sir.
Yes, Pranit Sawant. Yeah. Share your PPT.
Just share the screen. Hello.
Yes. Start sharing your screen, Pranit.
Yeah, I've shared the screen, sir.
We are unable to see.
After clicking the three dots, we have to share the content and then share screen, right?
Yes.
Right now it is visible.
No.
No, not yet.
Do it again. Try it again. Share content. Share presentation. Screen sharing.
Share screen. Yeah, I've done this.
We are still not unable to see your screen, Pranit. Pranit, you
हर्ष,
could be, I guess,
इतने
yes,
में ये
sir.
लोग सीखते होते में दूसरे को लो ना, और दूसरे
हाँ सर, वही
बच्चे
कर
क्यों
रहा
नहीं
हूँ.
सिखा रहे
हेलोनी,
हैं? इतने सारे बच्चों ने प्रेजेंट किया, व्हाई दे आर नॉट हेल्पिंग अस?
सर ये लोग को भी मतलब अभी तक में ध्यान पड़ जाना चाहिए था. ठीक.
हाँ,
हेलोनी,
रोल नंबर
हेलोनी का
36,
हेलोनी शाह, करिश्मा शाह,
रोल नंबर
नीशी
37,
शाह,
38,
निसर्ग शेट्टी.
रोल नंबर 40.
Hello. Hello.
Please kindly share your PPT, Nisarg.
Yeah, just a sec. Is it visible?
Screen is dark right now.
Hello.
Pranit Sawant started sharing. Pranit,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
is it possible?
it's visible.
sir, that is,
Should I
I
start,
guess,
sir?
Pranit. Okay, Nisarg, wait for a second. Let Pranit complete
Okay.
his
So
presentation.
should I stop sharing?
Sorry. Yeah, you should stop. Go on.
Yeah. So my topic is good afternoon, sir. My topic is study of accounting on automobile industry. This is my introduction for the topic. Further research and methodology. The objective of the study was the main objective of the study is to analyze financial performance of selected car manufacturing companies in India. And the hypothesis of the study was the null hypothesis is globalization has a negative effect of competitiveness on automobile industry, whereas H1 alternative hypothesis has a positive effect on of competitiveness on automobile industry. The data collection was consists of secondary data. The secondary data is based on information from annual reports published by the companies and also the, other publications like automobile journals and research journals, periodicals, newspaper, websites, and other related publications. This is the literature review of my project. Further, the data interpretation. First question selected was the fuel type which customers prefer to purchase, and I got the result that most of the people, like 33%, customers prefer petrol fuel type vehicles to purchase. Second question was the brand, Indian brand which customers prefer while buying a car. Most of the brands like Tata, Maruti, Suzuki, Mahindra, and between this, 32% customers prefer Maruti Suzuki as an Indian brand and a good brand to prefer to buy a car while buying a car. Third question was what purpose customers purchases a car, for what purpose. The purpose of buying a car is mostly 43%, 45% customers consist for personal purpose. They purchases a car. Second, conclusion. I got a conclusion that Indian automobile industry has shown an impressive growth in the post reform period. Is facing competition in the global business environment. The foregoing analysis has revealed that the various problems like production, marketing, financial, etc. of Indian automobile industry. Only market leaders of different segments of Indian automobile industry like Maruti, Tata Motors, Bajaj Auto, Ashok Leyland, TVS Motors, Hindustan Motors, etc. use world-class technology, modern cost control techniques, auto financing scheme, modelization plans, research and development projects, etc. On the other hand, small auto players like Maharashtra Scooters, India, Majestic Auto, Kinetic Motors, LML, etc. are not updated compared to market leaders. Suggestions like today, Indian automobile industry is on the top gear, but up to 1980s, the Indian automobile industry was not in a good position due to government policy restricting licensing, high customs and excise duty, and few foreign technical collaboration in the industry. Since the reform measures have been taken in 1991, the Indian economy has showing the positive sign of development as reflected in various macroeconomic factors such as steady GDP growth rate, increase in per capita income, increases in foreign exchange reserve, low inflation rate, booming stock market, growth in IT sectors, increasing purchasing power of consumer, etc. This is the bibliography for my project, which I used. Yeah. Thank you.
Pranit, there are a few suggestions. First of all, it is not bibliography, it is bibliography once again. And third, your title should be changed because the question what you have asked from the respondent, it is their perception for buying car. whether fuel is better or the brand is better. There is nothing, related to the financial performance of car manufacturing company. These are the two suggestions, otherwise well present. Only title is totally wrong. Title and the outcome is mismatched. Because you have asked the question whether fuel they are considering for buying or brand they are considering there for buying or price. So these are customer perception,
Okay, sir.
right? A study on customer perception for buying auto car or automobile. Rather, car industry is better.
Okay, sir.
Okay, well done.
Yeah.
Next.
Thank you, sir.
Nisarg,
Hello.
yes,
Am
you
am I
can
audible?
now share it.
Okay. Someone else is trying to share. 37.
Pranit Sawant
Right
is
now.
done.
Right now.
Who is 37? Nisarg is the present.
Can you see?
Please.
Can you see my PPT?
Not yet.
No.
Wait.
Too many people are trying to share right now.
Stop sharing. Your roll call was announced. You were not available at that time. Nisarg, please carry on. Karishma Shah, your count will be at the end of the session, and
Yeah, actually, I was
those who were pending.
share screen.
Don't do it right now. Right now it's Nisarg. We will call your roll
Okay.
call. That time you can share your screen.
Can you see mine now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Nisarg Shetty, roll number 40. My topic is Financial Instrument Disclosure, IFRS 7. This is my introduction, research methodology. Objectives of the study to understand the meaning and scope of IFRS 7 financial instruments disclosure, to ascertain whether organization correctly disclose information related to their financial instruments in accordance with IFRS 7, that is financial instrument disclosure. Hypothesis, null hypothesis, organization do not disclose information related to their financial instruments in accordance with IFRS 7. An alternative hypothesis is organization disclose information related to financial instruments in accordance with IFRS 7. Sources of data collection, primary data was collected by way of survey, since the goal was to collect and understand views of target respondents, that is auditors, bankers, articles, chartered accountants, commerce students, on how well the organization is following the necessary disclosure policies according to IFRS 7. Survey method of Google Forms was used. Secondary data was collected from archival information with reports available on the internet. Books and journals were also used. Literature review or data analysis. First question is IFRS useful tool for reporting purposes? As you can see, around 78.9% of the respondents feel that yes, IFRS is useful, and around 21.1% feel that it isn't a useful tool. Then second question was, does your organization disclose methods used to account for financial instrument as per IFRS 7? We can see that 64.7% of them believe that their organization does follow IFRS 7, and 35.3% don't follow. Then third question, organization disclose the nature and extent of risk involved in financial instrument according to IFRS 7. 53% of them believe that yes, they disclose according to IFRS 7, and 47.1 do not disclose the risk. Conclusion, from the study, it can be concluded that IFRS 7 does provide information about the significance of financial instrument and information about the nature and extent of risk arising from financial instruments. Suggestions made by me are: trained accountants and auditors are required in large numbers with regards to IFRS. And in order to ensure firms are complying with the adoption procedure, Indian lawmakers and accounting body, that is ICI, should have financial reporting compliance uh, monitoring board, which can also play the advisory role for the firms on IFRS adoption procedures.
Very good, sir.
Thank you,
Very
sir.
well done. Next
Thank you.
presenter, please.
Srishti?
Yeah, I'm online. I'll just share my
Srishti
screen.
Shetty. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I hope my screen and my voice both are audible and visible to each and everyone.
Voice is audible, screen
Can
is not
hear
visible.
you. Yeah.
Is it now visible?
No. You have to become the presenter. Click on the three dots, click on share content.
Yeah, I've clicked share content, yes.
Try doing it again.
Now is it visible?
No.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Myself, this is my introduction over here of mine. And then I have the introduction of my topic itself. And then I would like to begin with my research and methodology. So the objectives are the same for my topic over here I've chosen is to study the importance of IFRS in the capital structure and also understand the problems and prospects faced in the formulation of IFRS. And along with that, the main motive for me to choose this topic is to understand the effects and impact on the adoption of IFRS and the capital structure and investment going on in the market globally. So for this, the hypothesis over here, you can see the null hypothesis I've mentioned over here is the effects of adoption of IFRS on capital market does not help in giving fairness and standard financial view of the capital markets. But the alternative hypothesis over here says that effects of adoption of IFRS on capital market does help in giving fairness and standard financial view of capital markets to all of us. Along with that, over here, the data collection that I've done over here is with the help of primary data and secondary data. The way I have done the primary data over here was to, I've approached 100 respondents over here, out of which I've got 81 respondents, which I used a questionnaire with the help of the Google Forms over here, and I've got my research work accordingly data, the primary data. Along with that, the secondary data that I have referred to over here is the IFRS official pages, the accounting sites over there, along with that Ministry of MCA pages over here, and also refer to most of the PhD thesis so as to come to a conclusion over here if my study was going in a correct manner. Along with that, the literature review, I've just listed on few pointers over here. What is my review all about in this project? Along with that, the next question over here is my data interpretation over here. So the first question that I had questioned over here amongst the respondents was, will IFRS lead to lower cost of capital and increase in share price of the companies? So y'all can see over here that it is 75% over here have replied me with the yes over here. So it clearly mentions that if you see the market sentiment out there, if they respond in this good manner, the market automatically over here reacts in the same conditions of the IFRS, because the market improves with the liquidity and volatility that you'll be seeing. Along with that, the second question over here is, will the implementation of IFRS provide better access to international capital markets? So again, over here, as you all can see, there are 74% of the respondents who have given me the yes answer, and they've agreed to the same. The main reason they have been agreed to the same over here is, if IFRS comes into the picture, जैसे कि आप जानते हो अगर IFRS आ जाएगा यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे मार्केट में क्या होएगा, एक लिक्विडिटी आएगी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी आ जाएगी, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज बढ़ जाएंगे. So वो एक बड़ा एडवांटेज होगा शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए भी. So that is why this conclusion has come over here with this data analysis and interpretation. Along with that, if you see, will the implementation of IFRS provide better access to international capital markets? And again, over here, you can see that over here, the 74% over here have replied me with yes over here in this respondent. So basically, the reason over here, the maximum people have replied over here was yes, because अगर आप देखेंगे international capital markets में जाने के लिए आएंगे, यहाँ पे अगर स्टैंडर्ड रिपोर्टिंग मेजर्स आएंगे, वन रूल अगर वहाँ पे अप्लाई होंगे, तो दैट वुड बी more convenient for each and everyone. उतने ही foreign exchange and FDI inflows and FIS inflows होंगे, so that will be more better for us to get the access into the international capital markets as well. So this the another question I have over here is, would the MNCs benefit on the disclosure requirements of stock exchange around the world? So this would be one of the best thing over here. If you see, that is why 79% of them have replied yes over here, because again MNCs देखेंगे, for them maintain accounts because becomes more easy because they are maintaining over your Indian standards and also the foreign standards. So that is why it becomes the best over here for them. So the conclusion that I have come up over here is, if we adopt over here IFRS, that would be the best thing over here. It increase the market liquidity, foreign participation, and also that if you see over here globally, you'll be getting a good results in the financial markets. कहीं ना कहीं volatility control करने के लिए, manipulation control करने के लिए worldwide, this would be the best thing over there. If the companies voluntarily come up and take it before getting it done mandatory over here for everyone. And this is a suggestion. The only suggestion I have over here, being a student, is it should be made compulsion that IFRS should be included in our curriculum. Along with that, government also should take measures over here that the training given to IFRS should be done to each and everyone, especially from the top level to the bottom level over here, from the investors and the management level up. So this is my suggestions, and this is the bibliography that I've referred to over here. And thank you so much. And this was all about my project.
Srishti, can you tell me what was your title of the research?
Title the topic, effects of the adoption of capital markets, IFRS.
Effect?
Sorry, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. Once again, what was the title?
Effects of adoption of IFRS in capital markets.
Okay. For in context of company, this is what we found lacking. This title itself is not very clear. What kind of effect? Whether the capital market is adopting IFRS, or companies are adopting, or the government is adopting, nothing is mentioned. Who is adopting? And
So
who is getting
basically,
benefit?
so actually I've selected just 3 questions. So overall, it is the whole global market impacting over here, because in the capital markets.
No. You have analyzed the data by considering that if the company takes this IFRS in their financial reporting system, then what will be the effect of those companies, the Indian and global capital market? Am I right?
Yeah, to some
That could
extent.
have
Yes,
been
I've chosen
reflected
that.
here. This is very vague
Okay.
topic. That is what I have
Okay.
found. Otherwise, presentation was fantastic. And can you tell me which IFRS is connected to this regarding capital market? How we can use the system, how it is to be accounted for, how the books to be maintained.
Exactly, sir. Actually, I've just got the overview about this.
Yes, I was expecting same answer. Okay, but well traveled. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Next presenter, please.
Roll number 42.
42,
Hiral.
Hiral Soda.
Hiral Soda.
Hiral, are you online?
Yes.
Yes, then please move on with the presentation.
Okay. ये हो नहीं रहा है मेरा को हेलो
वापस कर वैसे शेयर कंटेंट, शेयर स्क्रीन,
हाँ
राइट अगेन, अभी हुआ था.
शेयर स्क्रीन
Yes.
वेट
Yes.
हेलो
Yes.
Yes,
Your
sir.
screen has been, yes, it has been started sharing. Kindly move on with your presentation.
Okay. My topic name is adoption of IFRS. My objective of the topic to know the impact of adoption of IFRS on accounting policy to enhance reporting quality and improve the comparability of the financial statement of across India. My hypothesis is null hypothesis is there is no significant impact of adoption of IFRS accounting policy, and alternative is there is significant impact of adoption of IFRS accounting policy. My data collection is from primary data structure by questionnaire with the help of the Google form, and secondary data to help of the book, website, and social networking site. My data interpretation is the first question: accounting software comparability with the IFRS, and they responsible at 82.5% are yes said, and 70.5 said no. My second question is major reason for being positive of adoption of IFRS. So highly positive effect is existence of uniform accounting system, then transparency 13.8, comparability 15%, investment opportunity 12.5%, and better corporate government 42.5%. My third question is major reason for negative of in adoption of IFRS. High cost of adoption 12.5%, lack of knowledge 42.5%, lack of training 16.2%, board challenge accounting was 16.2%, human psychology 12.5%. My conclusion is the advantages of adoption are more than the problem, which are not uncommon wherever the change is welcome. So the implementation is a welcoming step which should be appreciated. The switching of our IFRS major challenges, but it's also opportunity for audit firm to review their program, procedure, and practice to make them more efficient and effective. And my suggestion is the entrepreneur will need to incur further change presenting, changing the practice steps, technological method, technical help, idea order to collect info and getting the together with the adoption reporting presentation. Thank you.
Well tried.
Hello.
Well done. Well done. Next presenter, please.
Yes, sir. केवल
केवल का रेडी नहीं है अब।
तो वापस ऊपर से एक रोल कॉल ले ले अगर कोई इन बिटवीन बाकी रह गए, मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं, ये है वो इशू।
ओके,
ठीक है,
फ्रॉम रोल
we are
नंबर
going to ma'am 9. Is roll number 9 again present? Priyanka Dubey. Okay, not present. Roll number 25 नहीं सबमिट कर रही है। 27 प्रिया पटेल।
सर ऑडियो चल रहा है।
विपुल पटेल।
स्टार्ट करिए।
20 रोल नंबर 37 ने ऐसे स्टार्ट कर दिया खुद से।
Hello, I am trying to connect. Roll number 37. कुछ हुआ? हेलो हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
बहुत जोर से आ रही है।
हेलो,
आवाज आ रही है।
roll number 9. Good afternoon, sir. I am topic project. Indian
धीरे
accounting,
धीरे
Indian
your
accounting
screen
standard and IFRS.
तुम्हारा फोन नहीं चल रहा
आ जा रहा है.
आ जाओ
हेलो. हेलो. जा रहा है कि नहीं?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect. Wait.
हेलो.
करिश्मा आवाज आ रही है आपकी? प्लीज काइंडली शेयर योर स्क्रीन नाउ, ठीक है? और थोड़ा मोबाइल थोड़ा सा दूर रखिएगा बिकॉज बहुत जोर से आवाज लग रही है अभी.
ओके.
ठीक है, स्टार्ट योर प्रेजेंटेशन.
Can you see?
नहीं, वापस आपने बाहर बस इतना ऐसे ही रखिए और अपना प्रेजेंटेशन शेयर कीजिए. आपका मोबाइल का स्क्रीन दिख रहा है.
Okay.
वापस बंद कर दिया. इस समय दयाशंकर दुबे कौन है?
हेलो. रोल
नंबर
नंबर
37
9
में.
वाला मेरा प्रोजेक्ट तो ले लो.
Is it visible?
प्रेजेंटेशन तो शेयर करो.
हाँ कर रही हूँ, रुको.
अरे मैं कर रही हूँ. ये दयाशंकर वेट. के दयाशंकर में वेट. ये बोल. Trying to connect my वेट.
दयाशंकर दुबे का रोल नंबर कौन है?
रोल नंबर 9.
अच्छा वो प्रियंका दुबे.
प्रियंका.
यस, कब
हाँ
से मैं
ठीक
आवाज
है.
मेरी
हाँ
सुनता ही नहीं.
हाँ ओके.
हाँ गाइस एवरीबडी एल्स प्लीज रोल नंबर 37 38 प्लीज 2 मिनट दे दो. फाइनली कंप्लीट हो जाने दो ये.
आ गया टॉपिक. 1 मिनट. रुक जाना. स्टार्ट हो रहा है. हेलो. हेलो.
श्रीकांत सर आपका म्यूट हो गया है. कैन यू हियर?
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
थोड़ा दूर रखिए. निशिकांत सर आपका म्यूट हो गया है.
देख रहा हूँ पिछले 15 मिनट से अभी तक टेक्निकल पे ही तुम लोग अटके हुए हो.
सर ये
वेट कर रहा हूँ
स्टूडेंट्स
कि
को अभी
next
बीच में
presenter
एक
कौन
दूसरे
है.
को कट कर रहे हैं. ये रोल नंबर 9 सर
नहीं,
प्रियंका
आप
दुबे.
बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट रूल कर दो ना. जिनका नहीं हुआ है लेट फर्स्ट फिनिश ऑल दिस, देन उन लोग को चांस दो.
सर
बीच में चांस
सर
दोगे तो ऐसे
अंडरस्टैंड करवाया.
डिफिकल्टीज आएगी.
सॉरी सर, लिए तो लो.
चलो अब स्टार्ट करो. ये रोल नंबर 9 है ना?
हाँ सर.
सर
स्टार्ट.
Sir, roll number 9 topic my is different of Indian accountancy standard and IFRS. Introduction Indian IFRS. Introduction is international accounting, particular types of transaction and
Introduction
event
and all is not required. Directly go to objective.
Research methodology. First, now study difference of Indian and IFRS. To now Indian policy and IFRS policy. To concept of Indian accounting standard. Hypothesis is first, no significant difference in IFRS. Second, IFRS difference between Indian accounting and IFRS. Simple data size and first data 100 is 100 sample size and 60 responses, and secondary data magazine and periodical government notification and report annual. Review literature CAG 2010 throughout implement and accountancy needs of Public of India. Interpretation and data analysis of presentation, fourth chapter. First, the question thing there say any difference between IND as and IFRS. First, yes, yeah, मतलब table graph opinion, yes. First, yes. Second, no. First response in 82.9%. Second response in 17.1%. Second question, classification of assets and liability of similar as
Indian accounting standard and IFRS are strongly agree and strongly disagree. Strongly agree 42.1% and strongly disagree 36.8%. Fourth agree 14.5%, disagree 60.6%. 4.3 does the difference in Indian accounting standard IFRS is make impact on presentation, accounting, explanatory notes. Opinion yes या no. Responded yes 72.4% or no में 27.6%. Conclusion: this assumption has been given taken by regarding accounting standard adoption and Indian accounting IFRS literate within accounting standard have Christmas been by Christmas on Indian GAAP refuse IFRS suggestion on the primary data and secondary data analyze research will be like to suggestion recommendation of parties IFRS. Bibliography Kothari CR Research Methodology Technique second new edition and Shodhganga IFRS google.com/net. Thank you sir.
We'll try. Next presenter, please.
हो गया हेलो
हाँ हो गया आपका
Is over.
आप
Next.
स्टॉप शेयरिंग कर सकते हो
कैसे कट करूं
नेक्स्ट इज हीरल सुरु
Yes, roll number 44. Yeah.
स्टार्ट
Yes, just a second.
ओके
Is it visible?
नो नॉट येट
Okay.
ट्राई इट अगेन
Yeah, try. Now?
नाउ इज यस यस
Okay. So, shall I start? उच्चारणीकरण जाऊ दे मला नाही आहे हेलो तू हर्ष ने कॉल कर कॉल कर मैं ट्राई कर रही हूँ बट हो नहीं रहा है कॉल करे ना shall I
यस यस स्टार्ट
okay so my topic is impact of IFRS on business valuation. My name is Hiral Suru, division A, roll number 44. So coming to research methodology, the objectives of the study to understand the impact of IFRS on business valuation, to examine the implication of IFRS in the business, to understand the financial performance, financial efficiency, profitability, and financial results in implementing the IFRS in businesses. Hypothesis: the null hypothesis states that there is no impact of IFRS on business valuation, and the alternative hypothesis state that there is impact of IFRS on business valuation. Data collection: primary data is collected through the responses through questionnaire, and the secondary data is collected through books, magazines, annual reports, and through websites of business valuation. Review of literature, data analysis and interpretation. The first question is, what approaches do you consider in valuing a business? 53.8 people considers a market approach in valuing the business, and 28.7 people approaches income approach, while 17.5 people approaches asset approach. The second question is, what what do you think are the main factors that impact the value of business? So 30% people think that financial performance is the main factor. 25% people think growth prospects and economic and industry condition, and only 20% people considers the management factor. The third question is, do you think that the adoption of IFRS changes business processes and operation? So 90% people think that the adoption of IFRS changes business processes and operation, and the rest do not think that. So conclusion and suggestion. Business valuation is a powerful tool to find out the intrinsic value of business. So nowadays, investors are paying more attention on business value and share price before their investment in the respective company. So the suggestions are, if a business is primarily reliant on key employee to generate revenue, then there is a significant risk to prospective buyer. And it is important to understand the makeup of your customers to see if you have exposure related to concentration. So this is the bibliography, and thank you, sir.
Very good.
Thank you,
Well
sir.
tried. Next presenter, please.
Roll number 45, Sweetie Tiwari. Sweetie, are you there? Roll number 46, Priyal Trivedi. Priyal. Roll number 47, Neha Upadhyay. Neha. Roll number 48, Disha. Roll number 48, Disha. Roll number 49, Rima Vishwakarma. Hello, what's your roll number?
49.
49, Rima Vishwakarma. Yes. Start your presentation.
Busy bus. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Rima, you continue with your presentation.
Okay. My topic is impact on GST on small businesses. Research methodology. The objective of the study is to study about the knowledge of goods and services tax among the small and medium businesses, to find out the benefit of goods and services tax on SMEs, to find out various problems faced by SMEs and taxpayers, to working of goods and services tax on small and medium businesses. Hypothesis of the study is, null hypothesis says there is no impact on Indian economy because of the small enterprises. Alternative hypothesis says there is a significant impact of GST on Indian economy because of small enterprises. Data collection, primary data collection and secondary data collection. Primary data collection, the data that is collected by investigation himself to carry out the specific research is known as primary data. Secondary data, under the secondary source of data, the information is collected from the source of data that is already passed and required information. Data interpretation. First question is, would you prefer a single GST enactment or multiple enactment? From my interpretation, from the above pie diagram, we can conclude that majority of the respondents believe that there should be one common law for center and all the other states. From the enactment of GST law, this kind of structure is being followed under the GST regime. Second question is, what are the key issues faced by you? Interpretation is the main purpose of the project is find out the impact of GST on small businesses, and with the help of both that, we can conclude that there is certain important issue and are faced by the businesses, where the majority issue is being with GST portal itself. Other issues are lack of training, manpower, increase in the cost of compliances, and lack of IT infrastructure. Third question is, according to you, rate the impact of GST regime on small businesses. Interpretation in 90% of the people voted between 3 to 5 states, which shows that majority of respondents believe that GST regime has affected the growth of small businesses in a negative manner. Conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion. So from my research, I can conclude that the goods and services tax regime has brought friendly environment among small businesses. There are huge number of self-employed people in SMEs, which state that GST has affected the demand for products and services. Second, suggestion: the rate structure of GST should be in such a manner that gives positive impact on small business. GST rate should be tax standard. There should be a single and common law for central as well as state. People need to be educated, informed about updation in GST. This provides a greater positive impact to the small business.
Well tried.
Hello.
Very good remark.
Thank you, sir.
Next presenter, please.
Harsh Vyas, roll number 50. Harsh?
Am I audible, sir? Hello, Sudesh.
Yes, you are audible, beta.
My topic is an empirical study of IFRS. My objective of the study is to study about international financial reporting standards, to study about advantages and disadvantages of international financial reporting standards. Hypothesis, my null hypothesis is international financial reporting standards are not beneficial and are complex to understand. And my alternative hypothesis is international financial reporting standards are beneficial and easy to understand. My primary data collection was
Not required.
done.
Next.
Okay. Data analysis and interpretation. My first question was, would IFRS simplify the process of preparing the individual and group financial statements? From out of which 88.1% agreed that yes, it will. It is beneficial, and 11.9 disagreed to the fact. IFRS is far better for auditing. Out of which 83.3% agreed that yes, IFRS is better for auditing, and 16.7% disagreed. My third question is, IFRS can make easy for all companies to do business in foreign countries, for which 81% agreed to the point, that is majority, and 19% disagreed to the point. Conclusion to this is, the impact on the profitability or the net worth of a company need not be looked at as favorable or unfavorable or positive or negative, because finally IFRS is an accounting change and it is different. It actually gives a lot of insight to the financial statements of the company. Financial statements make it more transparent, and the investor would be able to make a decision which will be a well-informed decision. Whether impact or the profitability is material or non-material depends from company to company. My suggestion was, government should make some changes in syllabus of accountancy in various boards and universities for giving knowledge about new regulations of IFRS, because the youth is the ultimate group who will become the future accounting professionals. Bibliography. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Superb. This is what government should require to do to implement IFRS. Nothing else. Next presenter, please.
51, Trupti.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good, very good.
Harsh? Harsh,
हाँ
yes. Please start your presentation.
Start. Am I audible to all?
yes
Yes, yes.
My title is Awareness of IFRS in India. Objective of the study to study in details of IFRS, to examine level of awareness of IFRS among the people, to know the pros and cons of the IFRS. Hypothesis. Null hypothesis is for people are not aware about the IFRS in India. Alternative hypothesis. People are aware about the IFRS in India. Data collection, primary data via Google Form. Secondary data, library, various website articles. Data interpretation. Is there any difference between Indian GAAP and IFRS? By asking the question to the respondent, we found that 81 percentage of the respondents know the fact and correct it, and rest are 19% are unaware about. Are you aware of the pros and cons of applying IFRS interpretation? The responses to the above question, we found that 52% of the respondents correctly, while the rest are unaware about it. IFRS cover both quantitative and qualitative aspect of the accounting. In the response to the above question, we found that 78% of the response correctly, while the rest are the unaware of it. So, conclusion, the survey has given us an idea about the state of awareness of IFRS among the people. The respondents are aware about some of the basic concepts of this new issue in accounting standard, but it was also felt that a significant percentage of a respondent were able to respond correctly. Suggestion: IFRS should be included at the university, polytechnics, and at UG undergraduate level, so as to build humility. It will support the preparation of financial statement in the organization. Thank you, sir.
Very good, Drupti. Next
Thank you.
presenter, please.
Roll number 52, Anil Yadav. Roll number 52, Anil Yadav.
Next.
Roll number 53, Nidhi Yadav.
Yes,
Start your presentation.
Sudesh. Wait,
सुदेश अनिल का नहीं हो
Anil को roll 1 दिया था.
okay
Anil is not there actually.
okay thank you
So one request.
इसके लिए
ID called Dayashankar Dubey. Can you mute her? क्योंकि वहाँ से बहुत ज़्यादा आवाज आ रही है.
is my PPT is visible?
yes your PPT
Sudesh.
is visible
Yes.
Good afternoon.
network आया
Action. Let's to research and study to explore the readiness and adoption of international financial reporting standard in the Indian banking industry.
Hello.
To explore the impact on adoption of IFRS in Indian banking industry. Alternative hypothesis, that is H1, states that there is impact on adoption of IFRS in Indian banking industry. Third part is data collection. The researcher intend to use the primary and secondary data. The primary data will be collected by questionnaire from bank employees, top level, middle level, and lower level management. The secondary data was collected from various journals of reputed annual reports of various government institution of India like RBI, etc. Textbooks, magazines of repute, annual reports. Here is my literature review. Let's moving ahead to data analysis and interpretation. My first question is IFRS will simplify the process of preparing the individual and group financial statement. From the responses, 91.3% says yes and 8.7% responses says no. Ultimately, it states that IFRS will simplify the process of preparing the individual and group financial statement. My second question was auditors, accountant, and accounting student are ready for the convergence to IFRS. Here, 50% said little, 30.4% said it's necessary, and 19.6% said very much. Ultimately, it states that auditor, accounting, and accounting students are not very much ready for the convergence to IFRS. Third question, IFRS will help the accountant and auditors to prevent fraud done by companies' accountant. Here, 93.5% agree the statement and 6.5% disagree the statement. Here we can interpret it that IFRS will help the accountant and auditors to prevent frauds done by companies' accountant. Here is my conclusion and suggestions. Conclusion: the concept of accounting is becoming important in banking sector of India. The researcher has found that the employees who are working in banking sector more or less satisfied with the new accounting standard named IFRS. The IFRS has not gained popularity as there is little marketing effort made by the various stakeholders like bank and any other concerned authority. Bankers who are aware about the IFRS are also not keen to finance under this scheme as they feel there are lots of legal complication involved. Suggestion: proper accounting information should be made by all accounting agencies so that the knowledge of IFRS reaches to the every employee effectively. The details of the IFRS should be transferred to the employee for further knowledge. Likewise, proper workshop is to be conducted by organization for the enhancement. Here is my bibliography. Thank you.
Very good, Nidhi.
Thank you,
Next
sir.
presenter.
The next is roll number 54, Neetu.
Yes.
Yes.
ये नेहा and all को बोलो हम लोग बोलेंगे ना. Why now they are sharing their screen?
Neha, don't share your screen now.
They've already missed the chance. Again their chance will come. जब भी आप लोग चिल्ला रहे थे कहाँ गए थे वो लोग?
सर एक्चुअली सारे स्टूडेंट्स का ये कंप्लेंट पर्सनल पे आ रहा था कि हम लोग बोलने की ट्राई कर रहे हैं अनम्यूट करके बट हमारी आवाज नहीं पहुंच रही है एंड सुबह को सेम
अभी
एरर
तुम लोग
मैम के
कैसे
साथ आ
दिए?
रहा था.
Since
हाँ सर
morning
समझा
how we
सर.
are taking
यस
11
सर.
o'clock to 4 o'clock.
यस सर.
तो 5 घंटे से हम लोग लगे हुए हैं
यस
इसके
सर.
लिए. So next 54, 55 आएगा. Then again we will start from the beginning.
Yes. Neha, stop scaring.
आप stop करो.
Yes. Neetu, roll number 54.
Yes.
Neetu, start your presentation.
Visible.
Yes, show your PPT.
My topic name is Study of Foreign Direct Investment in Banking Sector. Further, research methodology. Objective of study: to understand the impact of FDI in banking and finance, to exhibit the analysis of FDI Indian on banking and finance, to know a conceptual explanation of FDI. Hypothesis. Null hypothesis: there is no impact of a foreign direct investment on Indian economy. Alternative hypothesis: there is an impact of foreign direct investment on Indian economy. Data collection. Primary sources, secondary sources. Primary source questionnaire will be prepared and questionnaire will be filled
Required
by
data collection not required. Go for next.
data interpretation. First question is for FDI's help to development the country. There is 64.2% is yes, 7.5% is no, and rest people are not sure about the FDI in the help of country. Second, Analyzes data for FDI in a case the job opportunity in India. 68% people are yes, 6% people, rest people 26% are not so. Analyzes data for FDI in increase the GDP of country. 96% people are agree, 4% are disagree. My conclusion and suggestion: the study pertaining the foreign investment in banking sector suggests the importance of foreign investment in India bank and tries to impact. Therefore, it can be concluded that needed FDI policy and FDI content have shown significant impact on performance visible of Indian banking industry. Suggestion: the study suggests that there is a mixed result of a conclude over performance of Indian FDI bank. However, we can productivity of bank improvement significantly that they of profitability. Since there is not enough study to come across in area of study, we take interference for a study done of reform. Bibliography. Thank you.
Very good attempt, Neetu. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
And with banking and finance sector, it was first. Very good. Next presenter, 55 now.
Sunanda Yadav. Sunanda, can you hear me?
Hello.
Ha.
Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Share your screen.
Yeah, you can see. Hello.
We can't see your screen. Try it again.
No, it will come. She has already said. Yes, it is coming.
Yep.
You start presenting.
You are. Can you see? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Sunanda Yadav, and my topic is about the problem of debt management in financial institution. And here is the introduction. Then further, this is research methodology. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes. Please carry on.
Hello. Yeah. And here is research methodology. The objectives of this study is the main of this research work determine the common causes of failure of financial institution and examine the measures that will be adopted to the problem of debt management in financial institution. And second, it is also to determine how debt management is financial institution and the development of banks. And the hypothesis is the null hypothesis is most financial institutions have not succeeded because of simplicity of banking activities. And alternate hypothesis is there is also most financial institutions have succeeded because of the complexity of the bank. And about the data collection, I have just corrected this the questionnaires, and secondary data is already in which have already been taken. It was collected from journals or the public journals and publications or the website. And further is review of literature, and then there is a data interpretation. In data interpretation, my first question is about that. Do you agree that very high interest charges in debt recovery? So there out of received 66.3% of the institution charges on debt recovery. Whether there's also 33.3% disagree. They means financial institution does not charge how much interest rate. And second question is that debt recovery may lead to the market failure. There is a 66 who have agreed that inefficiency in debt recovery may directly lead to the market failure. And some have also disagreed that, this cannot be the market failure. And further, the third question is that do you accept the fact that borrowing fund and lending money also support to the economy
enhancement. There are lots of respondents. They have agreed that this borrowing money and funding is totally support to the economic development. But there is also not 23.8% responded who are the opinion that this does not support the economic enhancement. The conclusion for this research is the study found that the client appraisal and the collection policy had a positive relation with the financial institutions. Study established that there was a strong relationship between financial performance of the financial institution and client appraisal, credit risk control, and collection policies. If it is in the client appraisal or the collection policy, then it directly improve the financial of an institution. And there is a suggestion also. Suggestion is to that the study that an institution should enhance their collection policy, adopting a more significant policy that must be effective for the debt recovery. Study also recommended there is a need for the financial institution to enhance their client appraisal techniques so as to financial performance. Though client appraisal techniques, the financial institution will be able to know credit worth clients, and thus they can reduce their non-performing loan. It is bibliography, and then finally, thank you. Hello.
Well try, Sunanda, and very good presentation of problem of debt management. Okay, next presenter, please. Now we'll go as per the roll number which has been left out, and if now they will be absent, they'll remain absent. I think this is roll number 25.
Absent is
Harsh.
25 is absent, sir.
Still absent.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
27.
27 Priya Patel.
Priya Ben Patel.
Okay, not there, absent. Arun Patel. Not there.
Roll number 28.
Nelson. Arun Patel is not there. Guys, we are waiting for a few seconds for you all to give your presentation. Please kindly inform us. Nelson, roll number 29. Okay. Roll number 30, Nikita Pillai. Nikita Pillai is also not there. Anil Yadav, we are not able to hear your voice, but we can see your presentation. Can you unmute yourself and speak? Anil Yadav, please kindly unmute yourself.
But
The red symbol
meanwhile,
icon
you
with
finish no 31, 33.
yes.
I'm
Okay,
marking them, all of them absent now.
Okay, sir. 30, 31, Puria, Dhruvi Puria, are you there?
I guess she's there. She messaged me.
Dhruvi Puria,
Yes, I am there.
Dhruvi
Start.
Puria, are you there? So kindly roll number.
Share my
Karishma Shah is trying to say that she is not, her voice mic is not working, but she is able to share her presentation. We will start with Dhruvi Puria, then we will later on ask other students
Remaining
to
roll
do
numbers
their
after
presentation.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
Puria, please kindly start sharing your PPT and start.
Okay. 1 minute.
For the rest of their students, those who are able to hear us and unable to use the unmute button, please kindly learn as soon as possible.
हेलो 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 आई एम ध्रुवी पोरिया.
Yeah, Dhruvi, start presenting your paper.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. My topic is impact of IFRS disclosure on organizational performance. Now, research and methodology. My objective is to promote and use application of IFRS disclosure on organizational performance and to identify the problem associated with IFRS disclosure in organization in India. And my hypothesis is, as zero null hypothesis is, there are significant relationship between IFRS disclosure and organizational performance. And against that alternative hypothesis is there is significant relationship between IFRS disclosure and organizational performance. Data collection. For primary data, researchers should use questionnaire method, and for secondary data, researcher take a help of books, magazines, social networking sites, etc. And now data interpretation. My first question is: do you think that IFRS made an on organization? So 100% of respondents say yes. So IFRS made effect on organization. Now my second question is: conversion of IFRS will greatly enhance an Indian entity's ability to attract foreign capital at low cost. So 9 respondent means 11.3% are say disagree, 28.7% say neutral, and 53.8% are agree with it, and 6.3 are strongly agree. Means all are agree that it's attract foreign capital. Now my third question is India needs still more time to implement IFRS? So 72.2% say yes, and 10.1% say no, and 17.7% say maybe. So I think India needs more time to implement IFRS. Now my conclusion is there is a downside to the flexibility that IFRS disclosure allowed organization to utilize only the method they wish to, allowing financial statement to show only desired result. This can lead to revenue and on a profit manipulation, can be used to hide financial problems in the company, and can ever encourage fraud. And my suggestion is several researchers had examined the effect of adoption of IFRS disclosure on organization, and the finding relevant both the advantages and disadvantages of IFRS disclosure. Considering the fact small company would be impacted by country's adoption of IFRS disclosure in same way larger one would. However, the small business do not have many resources and the disposal to implement the changes in and train staff. This results smaller companies bringing the account of or other outsider consultant to help make change over. These smaller companies will bear more of financial burden than the larger ones in the area. However, the study will examine the impact of IFRS disclosure on organizational performance. My bibliography. Thank you.
I don't understand, when you people are doing research, still you take so much time of concluding and giving your suggestion. It should be very quick. Well tried. Next presenter, please. Roll number 33. Roll number 33.
रोल नंबर 33 मनाली स्थापित है.
सातों पे.
हेलो मनाली. हेलो हेलो.
Roll number 36.
Iloni Shah.
हेलो हेलो हेलो.
ये अनिल कुमार यादव को बैन कर दो. तो समझा रहे, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या?
सर हेलो हेलो अनिल, आपका नाम लेना है।
एलडी है,
ठीक है।
एलडी
हेलो
इश्यूज है।
और कोई नहीं
हेलो
है हर्ष?
सर।
है सर,
हेलो
छोटे रोल नंबर है,
हेलो
ठीक है, चलो
डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है सर।
स्टार्ट करो अनिल, स्टार्ट प्रेजेंट।
अनिल स्टार्ट कर। अनिल अनम्यूट कर और बोल। तूने म्यूट कर दिया है फिर से, अंडरस्टैंड कर। अनिल अनम्यूट कर, वो लाल बटन दिख रहा है। हाँ बराबर, अभी तेरा आवाज आएगा, अभी बोलना चालू कर।
हाँ, a comparative analysis on दिख रहा है?
हाँ दिख रहा है, बोलो आप, जिसमें आप कंफर्टेबल हो बोलो। अनिल वापस म्यूट कर दिया, अनम्यूट कर, बटन दबा लाल वाला।
यस।
अभी स्क्रॉल करते करते नीचे जा, सेकंड चैप्टर पे।
प्रॉब्लम है सर, हो नहीं पा रहा है।
कोई बात नहीं, धीरे धीरे अभी फटफट ट्राई कर, नीचे जा और बोलते जा। वापस म्यूट कर दिया,
अगेन
देखा
म्यूटेड।
क्या करूँगा।
हाँ,
बोलो अनिल।
एक काम कर, वहां पे देख, राइट लेफ्ट साइड में एक आइकन है एरो वाला।
हाँ
वो बैक करेगा फिर।
उसी पे ले जा, बैक जा।
हाँ
राइट साइड अपर पे कॉर्नर है ना, एक एरो है देख।
हाँ
हाँ, वहां पे एक आइकन एरो वाला, उस पे क्लिक कर।
ये रुक, नहीं हो रहा है भाई।
नीचे नहीं जा रहा है, स्क्रीन नीचे नहीं जा रहा है।
अरे उसने वो
आगे
एडिटिंग ओपन ये कर दिया, फीचर ओपन कर दिया, तो स्क्रॉल नहीं होता उसकी वजह से। वो जो राइट लेफ्ट साइड पर एरो है ना, वो उसको बटन दबाना पड़ेगा, तो फिर स्क्रॉल होगा।
अच्छा, अभी
अरे
दिखा?
अनिल लेफ्ट हैंड
हेलो
साइड पे हम लोग को तेरी
टॉप पे
स्क्रीन
देख
दिख रही
ना।
है, तू नेक्स्ट पेज पे जा सकता है।
नहीं, लेफ्ट साइड पे टॉप पे देख, एरो है छोटा सा।
एक मिनट। हाँ
लेफ्ट साइड पे टॉप पे एकदम देख, एरो है छोटा सा।
हाँ हाँ,
हाँ,
उसको
अभी
क्लिक किया।
अभी स्क्रॉल कर। हाँ, अभी स्क्रॉल कर, सेकंड चैप्टर तक
स्क्रॉल
लेके
कर
जा।
नीचे, नीचे जा।
अभी उसको हाँ
हाँ,
इंट्रोडक्शन नेक्स्ट चैप्टर रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी पे जा।
research and methodology objective of study to study the differences and similarity between IFRS and Indian accounting standard, to analyze its effect on various company hypothesis. Alternative to hypothesis 1 H1, there are more benefit than drawback for India in converging their reporting standard with international standard. Primary data is collected through questionnaire method from
नेक्स्ट
employee
पे चला
account.
जा, डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन।
A small firm, state diamond. Second, big company adopting Indian accounting standard. Review on literature, IFRS and rules standard issued by Indian Accounting Standard Board.
Review is not required.
Next,
Go
next.
next.
यस।
And Indian Accounting Standards. From the question, we can understand that only 45% of population totally understand IFRS and Indian Accounting Standard, as IFRS and Indian Accounting Standard are similar, do not same. 20% of people consensus that they don't know conducting there is a
हाँ
hello
हाँ, बोलते जा। नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट
hello
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
hello आवाज जा रहा है हर्ष?
हाँ आ रहा है नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Second question, size and nature of your company. Their responsibility is 50%, responsibility number of 10%, nature of company, multinational company. 50% of 10 responsibility number, nature of company is form. When did your company first adopted Indian accounting standard of IFRS? Responsibility 50%, people, responsibility number 10%, year not yet adopted. And the next is 50%, responsibility number is 10, year in 2015, and 0% and 0 responsibility number, year in 2016. Conclusion. In fact, still awareness about IFRS and Indian accounting standard is very low, especially among small firms. It's high time government or ICAI should take measures to spread awareness among small companies. As for now, India is seeing two methods for accounting standard. Follow its country, it is expected to continue. Now, Indian is seeing two methods of accounting standard follow in country. It's expected to continue for 3 or 4 years. Overall, 60% responded and 90% of respondents from a company adopting Indian accounting standard said that adopting Indian accounting standard has more benefit than its disadvantage. Bibliography. Thank you.
Well
Hello?
tried. Next presenter, please.
Manali Satute is not present.
I guess roll number 36, Heloni Shah bhi baki hai.
Hiloni Shah is also, she is not present, I guess. I didn't read her name.
Okay. Karishma Shah is
Hiloni Shah is
present.
not there.
37.
Nishi Shah.
Yes,
Karishma
sir.
Shah
Trying
का
to share my
Karishma
screen.
Shah. Okay.
Is it visible? Hello. Hello.
Yes, it is. Present.
Yes. My topic
Francis
is individual
present.
financial planning. The objectives of the study are to identify investment habit of people, to understand financial planning done in India, to study changes in financial planning with a change in age, to identify various avenues for investment, to spread awareness of financial planning, to examine factors influencing the investment decision. Hypothesis of the study: individual financial planning has systematic approach in investing. Alternative hypothesis: individual financial planning has no
Nishi,
systematic
what is your
approach.
number?
38.
38.
Yes.
Yeah, please continue your presentation.
Yes. This is data collection, and here is my literature review and data analysis and interpretation. This is my first question. What is your frequency of investment? As per the graph, 40% of respondents invest monthly, 10% invest quarterly, 30% invest half yearly, and rest 20% invest yearly. This is the second question. How much risk would you take for financial planning? As per the graph, 65% people takes moderate risk and rest 35 takes low financial risk. Third question, what are your objectives about the investment? As per the graph, 30% respondents' objectives is for principal safety, 25% is for maintain standard of living, and rest 45% objective of investment to meet future expenses. Suggestions: save regularly, invest regularly, start early, diversify, use tax shelter, keep a regular check on investment, and modify plans as and when needed. People need to be educated and informed about financial planning, and this provides a greater opportunity to financial product distributor like Reliance Money to educate people. Conclusion: here, investors should know exactly what he is investing in. If they do not have adequate information, questions should be asked to financial advisor. It is better to invest in instruments which can understand rather than being dependent on someone else's advice. A little amount regularly invested for long period can create a greater wealth. Here, here is my bibliography. And thank
Not required. Thank you very much. Well tried. I think few student has really tried for the new topics other than IFRS. Majority of them they are in IFRS. Well tried, Nishi. God bless
thank
you.
you.
It's very
सर
required.
सर
Financial
हमारा
planning is very much
सब्जेक्ट
required. या
सर
चलेगा
हमारा सब्जेक्ट
IFRS है, बट इन लोगों ने थोड़ा हटके काम किया, इसके लिए मैंने उनको प्रेज किया.
हाँ
करिश्मा
यस
शाह,
सर
रोल नंबर 37.
Yes, sir. Is it visible?
Yes, you start presenting.
My topic is derivatives accounting practices in Indian banking sector. Here is my introduction. The objectives of the study are to analyze the derivative accounting guidelines for bank by RBI and for bank for international settlements, to identify, enumerate, and prioritize the information needs of accounting for derivative in a bank's annual reports. The hypotheses are there isn't a significant difference between quantitative and qualitative derivative accounting guidelines by BIS and RBI. Alternately, H1, the hypothesis is there is a significant difference between quantitative and qualitative derivative accounting guidelines by bank for international settlements and Reserve Bank of India. Here is my literature review, and here are the few questions of my questionnaire. The first question is, for what purpose do you think banks handle derivatives? As per the graph, we can see that according to 35%, bank handle derivatives to hedge risk, 15% to speculate anticipated market, 10% to adjust portfolios, and 10% to arbitrating price discrepancies in financial market. The second question is, what is the role of stock exchange websites like BSE and NSE in the sources of derivatives accounting information to take important economic decisions about a bank? As per the graph, we can see that 83% of the population, that is 58%, consider the role of exchange sites very important, moderately important, and 17% consider very important role of websites to take decisions. The third question is, please show the extent to which you agree with importance of the overall quantitative derivative accounting information. As per the graph, we can see that 76% consider moderately important, while 24% consider very important the overall quantitative derivative accounting information. The suggestions are, there is a gap in quantitative market credit and liquidity risk information type has to be minimized through proper inclusions in the RBI guidelines. As annual reports of banks are considered as an important source of derivative accounting information, its usability can be improvised through enhanced quantitative and qualitative derivative accounting information. The conclusions are, the result of the survey and users' comments show that there is an information gap in the information provided by banks through annual reports. The reason for reduced compliance scores is due to incomplete information provided by banks for many of the quantitative derivative accounting information types. The present derivative accounting information requirements are very minimal and limited in nature. At the same time, banks shows how insufficient derivative accounting information in their annual reports. This may lead to increased fear of the risk associated with derivative activities by banks. The bibliography, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well tried.
Thank you.
Next presenter, roll number 43.
He's not ready with PPT.
45.
Sweetie
45.
Tiwari. Yeah.
One second. Hello. Hello.
Yes, you continue
yes
your
you are
presentation.
audible and
Um, Good evening, sir. My name is Sweeti Tiwari. My topic name is a comparative study of select accounting standard for financial derivative instrument. In the research methodology, the objective of the study is the research would concentrate on the select major international financial reporting standard for DFIs. The research would summarize the main factor relating to the IPRS and DF in the case of country like India. The hypothesis null is the company maintain only up to the 75% disclosures on DFI under IFRS. The alternative hypothesis is the company maintain disclosure on DFI under IFRS more than 75% of standard level. The data collection are primary data from where I collected the data from the financial executive finance and the companies by designing an appropriate questionnaire. The sample size is 100 out of from where I get the response of 36 peoples. The secondary data from I get the collected the data article from articles, books, research, study, report, data and information and from journal. And the next is data interpretation. My first question is lack of trained resources person having expert knowledge on IFRS is a big challenge to implement IFRS to the in the country like India. In that almost maximum people are agree with the lack of trainer course person having, and there is a less chance of disagree with that, and 42% of the people are neither agree nor disagree. My second question is shareholder value would be increased after adoption of IFRS for DFI. In that, 42% people are agree with the shareholder value, and remaining are neither agree nor disagree with this. And my third question is adoption of IFRS for derivative functional financial instrument will improve the disclosure level for derivatives. In that, maximum peoples are neither agree with this. Almost 55% of people are neither agree nor disagree with this, and remaining 41% people are agree with this. And there is a conclusion of this. Hello, 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 sir.
बोलना बेटा.
Hello.
Conclude नहीं किया
The
तुमने.
conclusion
Yes, we are listening.
and take us a significant policy issue. Beside policy relevance, the study provide rare evidence on the economic consequences of forcing firms to change the entire set of accounting and disclosure standards. The suggestion for this is an appropriate regulatory environment so that the recognition, measurements, and the disclosure of DFI become possible as per the new standard, thereby maintaining uniformities and harmonization. Investors are aware about the significance of evaluating reporting and disclosure process of a firm for security selection, valuation, and the risk analysis before making investment in it. And there is a bibliography about this from where I get the details for my project. Thank you, sir. Hello.
We don't require. Well try. It was very good
Thank you, sir.
competitive study. Can we have the next presenter, please? Roll number 46.
Priyal Trivedi.
46, 47.
49 is Priyal Trivedi. Neha Upadhyay.
Yes, sir. She is sharing her presentation right now.
Okay.
Neha, kindly unmute and share your presentation as soon as possible. Neha, you are not audible. Kindly speak. Neha, Disha, is anyone else still pending other than roll number 47? Please kindly speak.
ईयरफोन यूज करो वरना उनको।
वहाँ वो बोल रही है उसका पर्सनल टेक्स्ट आया मैम के 47 वो बोल नहीं पा रही है। मतलब उस बस ये प्रेजेंटेशन प्रिपेयर बट उसका आवाज़ नहीं आ रहा है अनम्यूट होने के बाद भी। उसका शायद माइक खराब है। So she has, I guess, technical issues right now.
उसको बोलो बोलने के लिए, मैंने अनम्यूट किया है उसको। अगेन म्यूट कर रही हो।
सर वो ट्राई कर रही है कि वो क्यों नहीं बोल पा रही है वो बटन अनम्यूट करने के बाद भी। अनम्यूट कर। हाँ बस ऐसे ही रहने दे डोंट टच दैट बटन।
Now speak. We'll be able to listen you.
There are pending students. Ma'am, just a thought. प्रिया पटेल और नेहा उपाध्याय इन दोनों को वॉइस ऑडिबल मतलब वॉइस का इशू आ रहा है बोल रहे बट आवाज नहीं आ रहा है। दोनों प्रेजेंट है बट सिर्फ वॉइस की वजह से नहीं।
सुदेश हॅलो सुदेश
हा
नसेल तिचं स्क्रीन शेअर होत तर मग तिला म्हणा
मॅम तुमचा आवाज बरोबर येत नाही.
मैम लेट इट बी. मैं आपको बता देता हूँ कौन कौन सा रोल नंबर एब्सेंट है. 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 33, 36, 43, 46, 47 and 48. हर्ष आई थिंक वो मेरे को सॉफ्ट कॉपी देगा.
हाँ सर, मैं
मेरे
कॉपी
हिसाब
दे
से
रहा हूँ
मार्क्स
आपको.
जो भी होगा मैं इनकॉर्पोरेट करके आपको भेज दूंगा मैम.
Yes
So
sir.
now let us conclude the session.
Yes.
Yes
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much for your.
Thank you very much sir
For your time.
Yes sir, thank you. Sir, we are really humbled. This
Almost 6
wouldn't
hours
have
हम
been
लोग बैठ के
possible
यही कर
without
रहे हैं
you.
बच्चों के लिए. And I'm also thankful to Sunita ma'am for giving me this opportunity. लॉकडाउन में बहुत दिनों से काम नहीं किया था. मैम ने मेरे को अच्छे तरह से काम पे लगाया.
We are really sorry sir
and
for
to
the
all my
trouble for
students,
today.
I hope we are learning the new phase of education system, and definitely it is a challenge for us, and we are going to accept this challenge and we are going to overcome this. But please be at home, be safe, and follow all the instruction given by government. Thank you once again.
Sir, sir, from all the participants and ma'am, we are really thankful for your day today.
Thank you, Vita. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.